What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if it's your first time here. Guys, it is hot and humid here right now. So if I fall over from heat stroke or simply melt down, I'll try to come back as quickly as I can to finish the video up. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but it is definitely hot out here. Well, guys, used to be these prepper channels, these homesteading channels, these tactical channels, the firearms channels, used to be every one of those would seem like they had a new everyday carry EDC type video come out every month, and you don't see that as much as you used to. I think it's fell out of popularity for some reason. However, having a good, well thought out everyday carry kit is extremely important. But a lot of those creators, they seemed more confused about what an everyday carry kit actually was. And they would show their kit that they said was their everyday carry kit, and it'd be a backpack, full of everything: water, food, firearms, ammunition, AR-15, all kinds of different things they would show for their everyday carry kit. And I think they were confused about what everyday carry actually is and what a car kit actually is. Everyday carry kit is what you carry on your person at all times. When you're in your vehicle, when you're out of your vehicle, it's on you at all times. A car kit can be in a backpack or a duffel bag, for example, and be in your trunk or on your backseat of your vehicle. But everyday carry kit is what you carry on your person at all times. Now, what you carry is going to depend on the time of year it is. Like right now, it's hot, so I want to keep my everyday carry kit as small, minimum, and lightweight as possible. If it's late fall, winter, early spring, you might want to carry, or might be able to carry, more gear, might carry completely different things than you normally would in hotter weather. But guys, with that said, let's take a look at my current everyday carry kit. One thing that I'm sure most people already carry is a good cell phone. Cell phone is extremely important because you could break down, you could see an emergency happen, something could happen to you, you might need to call emergency services. Also, if you are in a situation where you are attacked, and you have to use your firearm, for example, to stop that attack, to stop that aggression, you need to call emergency services as quickly as possible and explain what happened. I was attacked, I had to defend myself, get help, send someone out here right now, give the location, and that's it. Because if you are in such a situation and the person you have to defend yourself against or someone with them calls emergency services before you do, they're going to paint you, in a bad light. They're going to say you were the aggressor. And that will definitely put you at a bad starting point when it comes to going to court and trying to defend yourself in that court system. Usually the person that calls first is the person that they believe. So if you can, always call first and always have a cell phone with you at all times. Extremely, extremely important. The next thing I carry is a Swiss Army knife. You want to keep your tools as small, lightweight as possible, like I said, because you're carrying this on your person all the time. And you want to have that tool to be as versatile as possible, meaning you can do as many different things with that one tool as possible. For example, this knife has two different knife blades. It has a bottle opener, a screwdriver you can use for a screwdriver here. It has a can opener, a smaller screwdriver you can use here. It has a Phillips head screwdriver that just folds out like so, and this is actually a great weapon to have, like this right here. You put this in your hand, and it's a great tool to have, in a self-defense situation. Come in with a good hook in the jaw, and the head, and the eye, and they're going to be in a world of hurt. Punch to the throat, punch to the eye, even punch to the chest with that right there. It's going to cause serious damage, serious pain. Hopefully will stop that attack. It's much better than having, your fist or your open hand. That is an excellent self-defense weapon. And, anywhere you go, this is pretty much legal as far as I know, especially here in the United States, to have something like this on you at all times. If you expect something's going to happen, you can have this already out, have this already in your hand, and most people won't pay attention to it at all. Hopefully, you don't have to resort to using something like this for self-defense, but no, a good knife like this with this type setup is excellent for a self-defense weapon. You got that in, a good hook, a good uppercut, good straight, excellent self-defense weapon. And no one would look at this as anything besides, a Swiss Army knife. Something else I like to carry at all times is a small, big lighter. You can get the larger ones, but again, you want to keep it small and as compact and lightweight as possible. So I prefer, these smaller, big lighters. And guys, something else that I carry is bleed stop. I haven't seen this mentioned by any other creators making these type videos here on YouTube, But it's extremely important to carry blade stop on you at all times because you could get cut, you could have an automobile accident, you could get shot in the arm or the leg or the foot or the hand or something like that. You need to stop that bleeding as quickly as possible because it's very easy to go into shock and die. Put this on, rip this off, pour this on, take your shirt off or whatever, hold pressure on that, and get emergency services to come to your location. Extremely important. Blade stop, I just put this in my pocket, coat pocket, pants pocket, whatever, and it's in this waterproof, sweat-proof pouch, so it stays good and dry in there, so it's plenty usable. And guys, something else I carry is a flashlight. This is actually a pen light. It's an old light, has the flashlight into this. It also is a great pen. You can see it has the bolt action type system here to bring that pen into usage. And it's a lightweight aluminum, so it's light to carry, but it's also strong enough to be used as a tactical pen. You can put this in your hand. You can bring this down in the, like in the neck area here between the collarbone and the neck. You can punch the throat with this, the eye, whatever. It's an excellent self-defense tool also. So you got, you know, a light, a tactical pen, and an actual writing pen all in one. Like I said, when I talked about the Swiss Army knife, you want everything to be as versatile as possible. So you want each tool to do as many different tasks as you possibly can with those tools, because you want to carry, at least you have to carry and be able to do as much as possible with those tools you have on your body at all times. Okay guys, now this is the point you've all been waiting for. Handguns. What concealed carry handgun does MD Creekmore recommend? And what does MD Creekmore carry in his everyday carry? And it depends on the time of year. You know, if you're in late fall, winter, early spring, the cooler months, you can carry a larger size handgun because you can cover that up and conceal that more easily. You can wear a coat, a long shirt, for example, a vest to cover the handgun up. Now, in warmer weather, you can carry a larger handgun in a inside the pant type holster. However, that's going to be hot, it's going to be sweaty, it's going to be chafy, and you're going to be tempted to leave that at home. And a handgun left at home isn't going to do you any good when someone tries to attack you when you're away from home. So in the summertime, I keep my handguns small. We'll talk about that in a minute, show you my recommendations for those smaller handguns. But during the cold, cooler months, I will carry a Glock Model 19. To me, this is the best handgun available, the best semi-automatic handgun available. Now there's other handguns that are great, and you know, you can go with the 40 caliber, you can go with the 45 if you want. Whatever you like, whatever you have that you use well and it's reliable will work, you know, as your everyday carry handgun. For me, there's nothing better than a Glock Model 19. This one, I've customized this one slightly. I put a different sighting system on this one. I talked about this in a video I made about a year and a half ago, where I put this on a different handgun and showed you how to do that. Excellent ghost ring sighting setup, very fast sight equation. I love this sighting setup on my Glock handguns. It's a larger size, so you know you can use this if you shoot your magazine dry and your slide lock's open, and so you're wounded, so your hand is wounded, either hand doesn't make any difference. Say your left hand is wounded, and you can't use that to grip that slide to chamber a new round from a fresh magazine. So that larger sight will let you hook this into your belt or into your shoe. So it works much better, I think, for that than the standard factory plastic sights. Those plastic sights that comes on Glocks are trash, in my opinion. That's the weak part of the Glocks. Take those off, put something on there like this that you'll be much more happier with. I also put extended slide release on this Glock, and you know, usually when I shoot empty and I rechamber a round after putting in a fresh magazine, I'll get an overhand position on this Glock or any Glock and yank that back all the way and let that go. However, you know, like I said, if your hands are wounded and you have to use one hand, you can use this slide release here to rechamber a round. And guys, my second favorite handgun for concealed everyday carry is Glock Model 43. Excellent handgun. It's a smaller package, it's more thin, it's more lighter weight than the Glock Model 19. However, it has a 6-round magazine plus one in the chamber, whereas the Glock Model 19 has a 15-round magazine plus one in the chamber. So that's really the only downside to this is the limited magazine capacity. Other than that, it's a great handgun, same caliber. Of course, the magazines aren't interchangeable. And guys, I have the same sight setup on this one as I did the Glock Model 19. It's the ghost ring sight. Excellent handgun, very reliable. Corbon, 115 grain plus P, and the 9mm is excellent, and it's difficult to beat. You know, the Glock Model 19 and the Glock 43 for everyday concealed carry. And guys, now we come to my third favorite handgun for EDC concealed carry. That's a Smith & Wesson Airweight 38 revolver. Excellent handgun, very reliable. You can put this in inside the pocket holster to keep it upright, carry it in your front pocket all day long. Not notice it. No one else will notice it because it doesn't print, and it's right there when you need it. You can have your hand in your pocket if you're expecting something. Have one hand out to protect yourself. Have the other hand in your pocket. You can bring this handgun in to action very, very quickly. You can also have this in your coat pocket, for example, if it's winter time, and you can shoot right out through your coat pocket. You have the handgun in your coat pocket, and your threat is here, and your threat tries to attack, and you just bring this right up inside your coat pocket and pull that trigger 5 times. If you have a semi-automatic handgun, that slide works, and you'll get one shot off, but more than likely, after that one shot, it will jam because that slide will come back and will hit in that coat pocket, and will either catch at the back side or catch in where the chamber's at and cause that semi-automatic to jam. This, you can empty it right through your coat pocket. So, that's one thing that to keep in mind if you decide to go with the revolver. Another thing is, with a revolver like this, if someone is on top of you, for example, and he's cutting you, choking you, and you take a semi-automatic and you push that up, take a semi-automatic and you push it into their body and pull the trigger, it might not work, because if you push the slide back any little bit, it will cause it to go out of battery and it won't fire. So you might push it in, pull the trigger, and nothing happened. Whereas with a revolver, you can push that right in and pull that trigger 5 times. It's going to work all 5 times. So that's some advantages too. Something like this Smith & Wesson airweight revolver. And guys, my third favorite handgun for concealed everyday carry. You're probably going to laugh, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It's a mouse gun. Week, 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 week. Pew! Mouse gun. They call these little 22 pocket pistols mouse guns because of the actual stopping power. The difference between killing power and stopping power. Killing power, it says plenty of killing power, but you might go off and die 2 hours later or 2 days later or a week later from lead poisoning, for example. Stopping power is when someone's coming at you and you shoot that person, they stop the threat. So plenty of killing power, but not very much actual stopping power unless, a headshot is made. That's why I suggest when you use this, if you have to use something like this, and God forbid you do, they're small, they're lightweight, and you'll have this on you at all times because it's so small and lightweight. And something like this is better than to have, a 45, 1911 at home or in your vehicle that you don't carry because it's too big and heavy and cumbersome. If you have this, at least it will actually be on your body. But anyway, if someone's trying to kill you and this is what you have, you want to bring this up and you want to put all the rounds in this area here and in the head. You don't want to make body shots, you want to make head shots. So you need to practice because you get the most stopping power making head shots. If you shoot someone in the gut with this and they have a knife or something, they could run away, and like that they might. If they're on drugs or something, though, they might keep coming, they might cut you down and kill you, and then they'll go off and die themselves maybe 2 days later. But you'll done be dead right there at the scene. So to get the maximum stopping power, you need to practice bringing your handgun up and emptying the magazine at the head. I know it sounds drastic, it sounds, oh my God, that is just awful. But it is what it is. You're trying to defend yourself. You're trying to keep yourself from being killed. You're trying to keep someone you love from being killed. If this is what you have, headshots, load it with CCI Stingers, Remington Yellow Jacket, some type of hyper-velocity ammunition because it works more reliably with those. Standard velocity, low velocity ammunition, you get a lot more jams with this because of the way the extraction works. So get high velocity, hyper-velocity ammunition and test that. You want to shoot at least 100 rounds of the ammunition out of that to see how reliable that is. You don't want to bring this up and fire one shot and it jam. So test your ammo before you rely on it for self-defense. And these small 22 type handguns like this are well known for ammo sensitivity. So use your ammo, at least 100 rounds to it, and see how reliable that it actually is with that specific brand of ammo, and just carry that specific brand of ammunition. CCI Stingers seems to work very well in these. I've had several of these over the last 20 years or so, and CCI Stingers work really well in these. Okay guys, with that said, all the headshot talk and the handgun talk, having something that is less lethal is very important because, you might not always have to actually pull the trigger. You don't want to actually defend yourself with your hands, but you might need to have something to stop the threat, to stop the attack without actually resorting to, lethal, deadly force of a handgun. So having something like OC spray is highly recommended. I like this here a lot. I'll put a link to box below to this. You can check this out, read the reviews of this. It works very, very excellently. This is the right size of can. It comes in a holster you can put on your belt, and you know it has the safety measure up here so you don't accidentally push that. Your finger goes under here, or your thumb. I prefer the finger. And you know, you have it in your hand, and if your thread is coming towards you, you spray across the eyes with this. You don't just spray up and down or in a circle. You spray across the eyes. And this will make it difficult to see, difficult to breathe, and it will allow you to get away from the scene and call on your cell phone, call emergency services and tell them you were attacked. You had to use OC spray to stop the attack. And this is also has a dye in this to mark, you know, the person that you spray with this. So hope the video was helpful. If it was, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, guys, go to my website, mdcreekmore.com, and download my free Back at Homesteading on 5 Acres or Less ebook. Thanks for watching. MD Creekmore out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next video, hopefully.